Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make my 3 favorite holiday desserts. I make these every December because they're soft, they're cozy, and people ask for them again and again. We're going to start with the most delicious and warming molasses cookies. Then we're going to make melt in your mouth Mexican wedding cakes, and we're going to end with the simplest peanut butter bars that everybody loves. And if you're hosting this year or you're looking for a simple office gift, stick around to the end because I'll show you how to turn this into the most beautiful dessert buffet with just a few simple additions. Welcome to Kat's Vegan Kitchen. Let's get started. We're gonna start with my personal favorite, the softest and most delicious molasses cookies you'll ever taste. This recipe is special to me because my best friend's mother taught me how to make these. Add 1 cup of sugar and 3/4 cup of vegetable shortening to a bowl, and then cream those with your handheld mixer. You're gonna beat them until they are nice and fluffy. If you don't have shortening, you can use a vegan margarine. But I find that shortening gives the cookies a beautifully soft texture. Now I'm gonna mix up my egg substitute. I'm using 2 tablespoons of arrowroot powder and 3 tablespoons of water. You can also use a commercial egg replacer. I love Bob's Red Mill. But I use arrowroot in lots of my cookies because I think it turns out really well. I'm going to add my egg replacer and 1/4 cup of dark molasses to my creamed shortening and sugar, and I'm going to blend that until it's nice and fluffy and beautifully combined. Once your wet ingredients are all mixed together, we're going to sift together our dry ingredients. We're going to put 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt into our flour sifter and sift it into our wet ingredients. If you don't have a flour sifter, just mix this stuff together in a bowl and add it to your wet ingredients. Beat that together till it's a beautiful consistency. You want it really well mixed together and you want it to look a little bit fluffy. Pro tip about baking cookies, when you're making a dough like this, it's always good to let it chill in the refrigerator because they'll bake up a little more nicely. So I'm gonna put my molasses cookie dough in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to chill, and then I'll show you how we finish these up. And meanwhile, I'm gonna make sure none of this delicious cookie dough goes to waste. My molasses cookie dough chilled for about 30 minutes and I'm ready to finish these off. You can chill it for up to 2 hours. I do chill it covered. Roll your molasses cookies into uniform size 1-inch balls. Roll them into a plate of sugar and then put them on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper or a greased cookie sheet. My molasses cookies are ready to go in a 370-degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Cookie number 1, my favorite molasses cookies, are done. Now let's move on to the second cookie, Mexican wedding cookies. If you only have time to make one of these cookies, I would pick this one. These are so easy and quick, but they're so sugary and buttery and they melt in your mouth. And honestly, I think this one is everyone's favorite. Combine 1 full cup of vegan margarine and 1/2 cup of sugar with 2 teaspoons of vanilla in a mixing bowl. Beat those together till they're fluffy and beautifully combined. Take 2 cups of flour and add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, then add that to your butter, sugar, vanilla mixture. Add 1/2, beat it till it's well mixed together, add another 1/2, and continue beating it. I'm gonna add in about a tablespoon of water just to give it a little bit more moisture. You want your cookie dough to look like a traditional cookie dough, so the amount of water you're gonna add in is gonna depend on how dry your dough is. Our last ingredient is optional but highly recommended. I'm gonna chop up some walnuts or pecans and add them into my cookies. Chop your walnuts into little tiny fine pieces. The amount of walnuts you're gonna put in is gonna depend on how you like them. Like everything else in life, once you make something a couple times, you'll know what you prefer. But I put in about 1 cup to 1.5 cups of chopped walnuts. Once you add your walnuts, mix it together with a metal spoon or a wooden spatula. Roll them into uniform sized balls and put them on a parchment lined cookie sheet. If you don't have parchment, it's okay, you can cook them right on the cookie sheet. I'm gonna bake them at 400 degrees until they're just slightly brown on the bottom, which is about 8 to 10 minutes. This is gonna make about 30 cookies. My Mexican wedding cookies are done baking and I'm gonna pull them from the oven. Again, I cooked them for about 9 minutes in a 400-degree oven. You know they're done when they're golden brown on the bottom. Our Mexican wedding cookies are done baking, but they're not done. We have one more step, but we have to let them cool for a good 20 to 30 minutes till they're perfectly cool before we can do the last step, so we can make them just a little bit more sugary. My Mexican wedding cookies are all cooled and I'm going to show you how to finish them up. We're going to take a little bit of powdered sugar and put it in a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to put maybe 5 cookies at a time in there, and I'm gently going to toss the cookies in the sugar so that they get covered. If they seem like they're holding too much sugar, you just flick some of it off. They shouldn't be totally covered with sugar. You just want a light dusting. My Mexican wedding cookies are done and ready to put on my dessert charcuterie or buffet. On to our third and final holiday recipe, the delicious no-bake peanut butter bars. This last recipe is a super easy no-bake peanut butter bar. This combines the two most universally loved flavors, chocolate and peanut butter, and these have been around as a holiday treat forever. Best thing is they take like 15 minutes to make and there's no baking. Start by lining a 9 by 9 inch pan with parchment paper. For this recipe, we're gonna need about 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Now I could use my food processor, but I'm kind of lazy. I don't feel like getting that out or cleaning it. So I'm gonna put my graham crackers into a bag and I'm just going to squish them up with my hands. So to finish it off, I'm gonna go over those with a rolling pin to make sure they're really crummy. Put your graham cracker crumbs into a bowl. This is about 1.5 cups or about 9 graham crackers. Add 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter, and 1/2 cup of vegan or plant-based butter that's been melted. Mix that together with a handheld mixer till it comes together like a dough. Press the dough into the bottom of your 9 by 9 inch baking pan. I like to use the back of a metal spoon so it comes together and reaches every corner of the pan. Finally, we're going to top that with 1.5 cups of melted vegan chocolate chips. Spread the chocolate so it uniformly covers every inch of your chocolate peanut butter bars. Now to melt those chocolate chips, you can either do it in a microwave or you can do it in, you can heat up a pan of water and put another pan on top with the chocolate chips in it and just stir them as they heat up. That's how I do it because I don't actually use a microwave. I left my peanut butter bars in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. You can also put them in a freezer for about 15. Now I'm going to remove the parchment and cut them into bars. This is the perfect holiday recipe for people who don't like to bake or don't like to cook because it really only takes about 15 minutes to make these up and everybody is going to love them. Now you know how to make my 3 favorite holiday desserts, and let me show you how I put these together with a few simple ingredients to make a beautiful dessert buffet. Before I do that, if you're looking for another delicious holiday dessert that's dairy-free, check out my vegan chocolate cinnamon rolls. Those are so good. They're a little more involved, but they are so worth it. Let's put that dessert charcuterie together. Now these treats on their own make a beautiful spread, but if you want to add some options, if you're hosting a party or taking these to work, I love to add some healthy options like pomegranate seeds, cuties, some mixed nuts, and some fresh fruit like raspberries. I hope you enjoyed these recipes, and if you did, remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you never miss a recipe. I hope you get to enjoy these sweet treats with your friends and family this holiday season, and I hope to see you next time on Kat's Vegan Kitchen. We're moving on.